Huh? Huh? Ask me if I can juggle these bitches. The answer would be no. But that's not important. What is important is there are so many different variants these days with rim size and tire size. Do I go with a 700C or a 29 or a 650B to the square root of N minus 4? Quite frankly, who gives a shit? As long as it rolls and doesn't get a flat on the trail, I don't care. But that's what we're going to talk about today. Let's get on topic. Hey everybody, it's Thomas from Get Out Arizona, and you are watching another exciting episode of Toolbox Topic. I'm here with my co-host, Brandon Van Leeuwen. Brandon, how the hell are you?
Well,
yeah, I'm not going to hula hoop with this thing, and pretty soon I'm going to put it down. It was just kind of fun to play with for the intro.
It's very distracting.
Yeah, it is kind of distracting. So, but it brings us to a good point as far as the distraction. Gosh, Brandon, over the last several years, I remember when I started, road racing, it was 700C and you had the rubber band tires. And then mountain biking, it was 26, and everybody lost their minds when 27 came around, 27 and a half. And now we have all these variants
that
make
so
it
much
so
easier
convoluted,
back then.
right? And people want to know. And I seriously, are you going to do a mullet? And if you do a mullet, are you doing one tire in front and what tire in back? And not even tire, but rim, and just which one rolls better. And there's all kinds of, it's like, what's better, Ford or Chevy type bullshit. Why can't people just ride? My question is, why can't people just fucking ride? But today, we are going to explain, not me, Brandon is going to explain, right? Some of the differences, what they translate to real world, and why you would choose one size over the other. So.
And specifically, we're talking about the size of tire that we're going to mate to the rim.
Right.
Because while most of us may not feel the difference, there is a difference, and the manufacturers make
Brandon,
tires.
there's a difference, all right. You can feel it. God. Couldn't help myself. Look at this. See, you like it, dude. You like it.
I don't know about that.
All right, guys. For those of you who don't, this is your first time watching, you could be going, what the
serious.
fuck was that? That was Mr. Finger, and every once in a while he makes an appearance. So he's been on vacation for a while, but he's rumored to be coming back home. So, all right, continue, Brandon. I'm sorry for the distraction.
If you worry about people sticking around.
I know. Okay, continue. Continue. We're good. So you were talking about the size of the tire and the different rims and everything.
Yes.
So get you back on track.
We were talking about before about back in the day. We call it back in our day. Right. Anyways, there was.
We're 50, by the way, so we can say back in the day.
Very few choices in tire sizes and rim widths.
Right.
Now we have a whole variance of both.
Right.
And what people want to know is what is the effects if I put the wrong size tire onto my rim. Although you and I may not feel it, I think I already said that before things went off the tracks.
Right.
The manufacturers do indeed design rims and tires to work together as a team.
Yes.
With its different sizes.
Right.
So what I have here, and please forgive me, I didn't have time to make it to scale, is kind of an illustration of what we're looking for here.
Right.
If you look at both these rims, this is a rim from not very long ago. This was our normal 29-inch rim.
Yep.
It's 19 millimeters from the inside inside diameter. This is what we're working with these days. This comes stock on a Trek fuel. This is 40 millimeters. So I can't put this tire on that rim or vice versa without having some ill effects. 27.5, 29.
I was going to say, dude, that's not a 29.
We're looking at the widths here.
Wait, the fuel comes with a 27.5? I thought it came with a 29. It comes with a 29.
No, but it comes with a 40 mil. It can come with a 40
mil width.
mil
I thought
width.
You meant like a 20. Yeah, okay, 40 mil width.
40 millimeter width.
Okay.
So
I'll stay in my lane.
I can't put that tire on this rim and this tire on that rim without some ill effects.
Yeah.
And what we have here, again, forgive my drawings. I worked hard on it. I don't care what you think.
No,
I worked hard on it.
You know what? Obi-Wan loves your drawings, but Obi-Wan wants to know where his Domani is. I was talking to him this morning before he got here, and he's like, ask Brandon where my Domani is.
It's in someone's mind.
Yeah, hasn't even been.
It's a bunch of tubes in a wood box somewhere.
It's a program on a computer at this point. Sorry, Obi-Wan. Okay, continue.
So this is what we have here. If I were to purchase a tire that's too wide for my rim, we get this effect where it kind of bubbles out.
Right.
The bad effects about this is you have the ability to now roll this tire. The
Right off the
stability,
bead.
the stability is not there, so we get what's called tire roll, which will affect your stability and cornering. If I buy a tire that is too narrow for my rim, what happens then is our bead expands and we get this bell shape, or excuse me, this light bulb shape
Right.
that we also don't want. The ill effect of this is now the manufacturer has, especially in a mountain bike, if you have side knobs, we have this transition of side knob, which is going to feel kind of goofy in a turn and you're not going to hook up in traction. What we essentially all want is this. We want this to almost be a perfectly round
I thought you were going to say a warm pink center, but continue.
You can see what I did here, and I'm really proud of my circle here. I used a stencil. It's perfect.
I was going to say that.
I was like, oh,
you
man.
had to trace something,
like,
dude.
oh.
That was not freehand.
I'm really proud of that. So what you see here, if we finish this, if we finish it, the part that we don't see, we make a complete circle. This is what we're aiming for. This is what the manufacturers want you to ideally have in your setup. The problem is we all want to put the biggest tire on our bikes because around here we want the cush, we want the traction, all that, but we really should be paying a little bit more attention to this. What I would probably suggest is if your bike came stock with a 2.4 on it, maybe you can go up to a 2.5, maybe you can go down to a 2.35 and have no problems.
But don't do any more or less.
Right.
You got to stick within that, that parameter.
Whether your bike can accommodate that or not, maybe it's just a size up or size down would be just fine. If you've purchased a new wheel set or built yourself a new wheel set and you don't know where to start, this is what you can do. You can get the tire, inflate one, and what you want to do is measure your tire with a caliper from there to there on the outsides.
Okay.
What you then want...
I'll hold it for you.
Okay. What you then want from that measurement is to have the width of your rim be about 50 to 65% of that measurement.
Okay.
So just to be safe, take that measurement, cut it in half. That's where you'll want your rim size to be.
Okay.
Another great thing to do is you'll find the manufacturers, the good manufacturers, are going to have a chart online that you can look up.
Nice.
If you go to those charts, it'll tell you what tire size and what rim size, and it'll tell you exactly where their recommendations are.
Okay.
They make it very, very easy. You can contact the manufacturer. Most of these guys are really, really good. I'm very impressed when we call up, and they're ready to help with any recommendations. That's what they're there for.
Speaking of manufacturers, good manufacturers, I tell you that I phoned Chris King
for
the full rim set and everything.
Well,
that
makes me happy.
Yeah. So composite rim set, $2,500. And he's like, give us 30 days and we can get that made and shipped out to you.
Do it.
Which is awesome, but that would be for the Timberjack. He was like, I would be excited to have those on your bike for a bike packing bike. And I'm like, so would I.
Perfect.
So
I highly recommend it.
Yeah, and it's one of those things. But this is some of the stuff we talked about, though. He asked, what size tires you're running on there? He asked a lot of very specific questions for that purpose. So it's good. And this is, again, why we always say, quality. You might be able to save money going by some Amazon bullshit, but you're not going to get that type of customer service, that reference chart to assist you in choosing the right product for your bike, for your application. So,
well, that was a perfect transition into that, wasn't it?
But yeah, and the guys at Chris King were super nice. So I just need to friggin', come up with $2,500 on top of everything else that I'm trying to buy and do to get those that wheel set. So, but yeah, so this is actually very illuminating. And so guys and gals out there, if you were having some problems with fit on your bike or you're constantly rolling a bead or something like that, this is really something to check.
And one thing I failed to mention too, and this is very important, this is probably the most important part of this whole demonstration, is that if we get a tire that's too narrow for your rim, you do have the potential of widening that bead and you could potentially blow that off the rim. It doesn't have the grip.
Yeah.
And that really is the bottom line, I think, of this whole thing is safety as well.
Absolutely. And again, you guys might be going, well, that still doesn't answer the question of 700C or 650B and everything. Those are basically the circumferences.
Right.
You know, 700C is going to be akin to 29, if I remember correct.
It's very close.
And then 650B is going to be somewhere around that 27 and a half. So
exactly.
Close. It's just,
what was your bike designed around?
Yeah. basically. And you still can shoehorn some larger stuff into if you've got enough space and clearance and everything like that. We've seen it a few times. We've talked about it a few times as far as that goes. So
some bike designs are ready to go 29 or 27.5 plus. You can do
different variants.
There's options.
But what's more important is your width in millimeters on here and the tire that you're choosing to make sure it seats properly. More than anything, yes, rolling mass, circumference, these do play and have an effect on the quality of your ride depending on the terrain you're riding. But this part is more important, how that tire is seated in and locked in to position to give you the maximum benefit, the maximum efficiency on a ride.
Right.
So
yeah,
that's a great diagram, Brandon. Seriously.
Quite proud.
Yeah.
But really your best resource is to go onto their website, find the chart, and then and go from there.
Yeah. So Brandon and I were originally going to do this episode a couple, 2-3 weeks back, and he's like, nope. He's like, I want to do some homework, and I want to. So he
did I come through or what?
You did. You came through solid. Solid. This reminds me of when Wyatt drew his diagram for the suspension when we did the nerdy how does front suspension works and everything like that. So, and I'll have that link up top, by the way, so you guys can check that out.
Getting fancy.
We're getting fancy. Now, when you see us like wheel in one of those shitty Microsoft chalkboards that's all computerized and everything, then we've gotten fancy, you know.
And just so people out there that might be our age know, this is a Ritchie Vantage rim. This is a Sunringle Rhino Light rim. And this is a Mavic 517 rim cross section.
God, yes.
I have Mavic 517s on that Breezer that we just did the last episode on.
Oh yeah. So
just so you know,
a little bit of nostalgia.
Put a little thought into it.
Put a little thought into it. Some nostalgia. All right, guys. Well, if you've made it this far, we certainly thank you. We ask that you hit the like, the subscribe, and the bell notification icon because it helps out the channel, it helps out this video, and we want you to be notified every time a new video comes out, whether it's Toolbox Topic or a bike showcase or any of the other great videos that we produce here. We also ask that you follow us on social media, which is going to be Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. All of them, the devil's work. Those links are down below as well. It helps you keep up with the day-to-day affairs of Get Out Arizona. Our group hikes, our group rides, all the cool stuff we got coming along. It's a whole lot of fun, and again, it helps out the channel as well. Now, we are going to have some links down below. Some of those links may be affiliate links. Some of them may not. I just have to let you know it's part of the rules of being a YouTube creator. If you click one of those links and make a qualifying purchase, you won't be charged any additional money, but Get Out Arizona will receive a small commission, and that also helps out the channel with gas money, park passes, you know, and coffee money as well, which is important. Yeah, coffee. It's good stuff. So anyways, guys, that's it. If you have any questions, there's also a link, I almost forgot, to Check Bicycle Stores of West Phoenix, as well. Follow the link, call these guys, email them, whatever. They'll be more than happy to help you. I love these guys. They're a wealth of information. It's kind of like a hive mind here.
A what?
A hive mind.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. I thought you said a high of mind. I'm like, jeez.
Only on Thursdays. Only on Thursdays when there's hard mics in the cooler.
Yes. No, I understand what you're saying. Yeah. It is a very much a team atmosphere here. We're always bouncing ideas off each other, how to solve problems and things. So
So give these guys a call. Yeah, Hive Mind. Give these guys a call. It's a great shop, and if you're local, come down and give them a visit. So, all right, guys. At this point, what do we always say? Be kind to yourself and others. Be amazing stewards out on that trail. And we have to ask, what are you waiting for?
Get out, Arizona.
Yeah. We could have been more pep than that, dude.
Oh.
We'll get out, Arizona. Let's try that again. What are you waiting for?
Get out, Arizona.
He's thinking about Mr. Finger coming back from summer vacation is what he's doing, aren't you, Brandon? Aren't you? All right, guys. We'll see you next
Bye.
Oh, shit.